Hey yo, what's good guys, it's Blake, and today I'm going to show you guys how to sound design a fire and catchy melody from scratch. This melody could honestly fit the vibes of like Playboi, Carti, A$AP Rocky, even like Bryson Tiller. This melody is just like, it's just different, I don't know. That's just what I think of when I hear it. But yeah guys, let's get right into it. To start off, I'm going to play a snippet of the finished beat and then we can get into the breakdown.
Blake's the Great.
First off, I'm going to break down the basic like things to do when sound designing an atmosphere. So as you can see right here in the oscillator, you can choose either a sample, which is for this one I chose the Blue Vortex B preset, which it just gives you a super bass sound compared to some of the presets in Atmosphere where like a sound like this would be added along with like 3 other different sounds to create that preset. So this is what I chose for this. You can also choose a synth where you can like start as basic as like a sine wave or a square wave or something like that. Right here in the envelopes you can mess with the attack, delay, sustain, release, all of those knobs. Here in the filter section, there's like a million different presets for filters you can use. I just chose one of the low pass filters and used the LPF colorful 24 dB. To control the volume, you can just mess with the amp. I just have it all the way up because I want it to be the core sound. I also messed with the LFO preset. So as you can see here, you set your source to LFO1, and for the target, I chose to add an LFO to the filter. What this does, so I chose the filter 1 variant. What this affects is it messes with, it like automates the filter and it just adds a cool effect, and as you'll be able to see. Also, here's the pattern. It's really simple. The pattern I used for this part of the melody, it's literally just 2 notes interchanging. It's super simple. So here's the melody without the LFO. And now here it is with the LFO. If you have headphones on, you'll feel the sounds just going back and forth. It almost feels like it's panning left to right, but not in like a super dramatic way. It's just a way to like, I thought, just to add like a different texture, just a feel for this melody. To build up your sounds, you can go into all of these sections to add different sounds. I just turned on the B oscillator and I went into sample and I snagged this beacon preset. I really kept it simple here. I didn't add any filters or effects. I just pulled up the attack just so it doesn't come in right on the 1. It just kind of fades in, which is what pushing up the attack does. Here's the final result of the first layer of the melody. Understanding that Atmosphere work was going to be the main part of the melody, I just wanted to add in a couple cadence sounds to add a little variation to the melody. I went into Arcade into the I mood preset and I played out this note. Putting this sound on the 1, it just created a whole different type of energy whenever this sound comes in the arrangement, and when it hits on the 1 and it hits that on that first 808, it just makes the beat go crazier. Lastly, for the melody, I went into the hooked presets again into the Absolute Silk bank and I played out this note. For this sound, I added a little bit of delay and I also added an EQ. And I forgot to mention that in the Atmosphere part of the melody that I did cut out most of the lows just to make room for the 808. And I also did that for that second sound I used in Arcade. Onto the drums, I used the snare. Hi-hats, I just kept it a 2-step. Kick pattern, also super simple. I do usually push my velocities all the way up for the kicks, but for this kick in particular, it was just hitting way too hard for it to sit comfortably in the mix. So I just left it at its normal level. Here's my 808 pattern. For the 808, I didn't even boost it, I just shaped it to where the hold knob is going all the way up and everything else is all the way down. Lastly, for the drums, I laid these open hats down. And yeah guys, that's about it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.
Like the gray?